Hey there Facebook, it is Vanessa here again, your speaker, trainer and coach from Live, Love, Give. And today I have a message for you which is something that I just feel needs to be reiterated to all of us who are in any kind of relationship. And it's one that came from, so these words actually came from a very incredible human being in this world. Caden, thank you so much. I call him, my nickname for him is the Wordsmith because he has such a way with words, and he wrote to me on one of my Instagram posts and said that the voice of love is not a people pleaser, and I really thought that was so cool. So I said, can I please use that? I want to talk into that because it's such a cool way of thinking about it, and I loved it. I loved it. So I really want to dive into that topic with you guys today, and also, I have some notifications going off, and also I have a really amazing, exciting, I can't wait to share it with you, little special announcement about something that I am creating for you guys, and I cannot wait to share it. But today, firstly, I really want to dive into the whole idea behind the fact that the voice of love is not a people pleaser. And this is one of the major lessons I've had to learn kind of the hard way. So many times I'm kind of embarrassed to even mention, but I know that when I got this is what made all the difference in my relationships, and I'm being tested with this one all of the time, and definitely we attract different people into our lives who are absolutely there to challenge us and test us and see whether we're progressing, or see whether we're all talk and not actually really progressing. So we need those challenges in our lives. I love those challenges because without them, I know I'm just kind of all talk, and before you actually get yourself tested, you can't really rely on it. You don't really know if you've made the changes, because sometimes we can make the changes logically and in our conscious mind, but it's not until we're tested that we really know whether we're growing or not. And this particular topic is really all about the fact, all you people pleasers out there, you guys have heard me reiterate time and time again that I call myself a recovering people pleaser. I can fall back into those tendencies, and every single time I do, it's so painful and it's so detrimental to my connections and detrimental to my belief in myself that I had to record this message for you guys today. It's definitely not the first time I've spoken into these ideas and concepts, but with Caden's wordsmith abilities, I felt like, boom, I really want to do a live on that, the voice of love. So really what I want to articulate for you guys is that most of us who have those people-pleasing tendencies, it's come in with best intentions, right? Best intentions, we love to make others happy. It fulfills us to make others happy. But the challenge is when you rely solely on making others happy for your level of self-worth, you end up thinking that you're being this voice of love, and whenever you're engaging in people pleasing, you're showing love. But the fact of the matter is, whenever you operate from a place that is not in alignment with your truth and what's best for you, what the most self-loving thing for you to do is, whenever you're out of alignment with that, you're actually coming from fear. You're actually coming from the voice of fear, and certainly not love. Because any loving relationship wants the best for both parties. So the challenge in relationship comes in when we get into this power struggle, when it's my needs against your needs, and we're trying to protect and we're trying to argue and we're trying to be heard, or there's one partner that's kind of more demanding and the other one just wants to keep the peace and wants to make the other one happy, right? And both scenarios are really fear-driven scenarios. And ultimately, how we create something really extraordinary in terms of our relationships and creating loving connections is when we look at our relationships as a third entity that we're creating. No matter if that's your intimate relationship, your friendship, a business relationship, whatever it is, wherever you are in that terms of that relationship, the parties involved, it creates its own entity. So when we look at it that way, it's like when we make our decisions, the voice of love says what is best for the relationship. It's not what's best for me at the expense of you, and what's best for them at the expense of me. It's what is the most self-loving act, which is absolutely in alignment with what you really need as an individual to be your healthiest. And that is absolutely always going to be the right thing for the relationship. So at different times, if we use the example of an intimate relationship, right? And so sometimes in that relationship entity, what's going to be best for it is not necessarily what one of the people want. So for instance, say I'm in a relationship with a partner and we've created a really dependent dynamic. Been there too many times that I like to admit, but I've learned some lessons. And say we're in that codependent dynamic, and we've just made some realizations, and maybe I've decided that's so not healthy, and now I've got that self-awareness. I need to do some things to challenge me to grow my independence. And so maybe in that dynamic, we're used to do every single thing together, and now I'm deciding to go and do this thing over here. I feel like that's the most self-loving thing that I could do, as much as I'd want my partner to do it with me, because I'm still got the grips of that codependent connection. I am going to choose what's best for me, and what's ultimately going to be best for the relationship is me going out over here and establishing some independence in my own right without filtering anything through my partner. And the same might occur, and my partner might not like that, right? Because they're also caught up in that codependent connection. And and the same thing might occur on the flip side. There might be some certain thing that my partner needs to do for their own health and their own relationship with self that I might not like, but I've got to look at what's best for our connection, what's best for the third entity of the relationship, and make my best decisions from there. And that's what the voice of love does. The voice of love is not a people pleaser. The voice of love is also not a narcissist. The voice of love is looking at the whole and making its decisions from there. There is no, me against you. It's how can we collaborate and create something extraordinary together, and that's what real love is. So I am really hoping that me sharing this is helping you guys and the way that I'm talking into it. I really, before I jump in and chat to you guys about what you're dropping me, I can't wait to see. But I really want to definitely share with you guys something really cool. So I've just been developing this free training that I'm going to put on for you guys. I am so excited to do it. I know I get on Facebook Lives for you guys every single day, and hopefully am instilling some sort of value for you. But ultimately, what I've been looking to do is create something more actionable, tangible, and get you guys some awesome results in a short period of time. So I've been putting together this specific training to help you do just that. It's a training that I use with different groups when I go into different groups and I do presentations and really help with team dynamics and help the individual actually gain success. And also, I know so many of you guys out there, because I've spoken to so many of you, you love learning, right? And I get trapped in this boat too. So when we love learning and we love self-development, we're constantly learning, buying new books, buying programs, doing all this stuff. But what we're doing is we're learning a lot, but then we find that we're not actually implementing it, or we're not really stepping into it. And we're kind of saying we want to do something, but we're never getting around to it. And we're wasting our time, our money, our belief in ourselves, because we're not staying in integrity with our word, all of this sort of stuff. And so this system is absolutely phenomenal. I use it with everybody that I work with to be able to pinpoint how we're going to get that goal achieved and what are the different principles and laws of the universe that are absolutely at play. You guys are probably very well aware of the law of attraction that The Secret depicts. That's just one of 7 laws that actually get you results. And so, you know, the big problem with The Secret was that people were sitting in their lounge rooms thinking that all they had to do was focus and concentrate on the thing that they wanted, and they could just go and then go outside and open the letterbox and there'd be a check for $1 million there. No, there's 7 other principles that you must follow that absolutely stand the test of history for anybody successful to get extraordinary results, and that is exactly what I want to give you guys in this special training. So I'm really excited about it. I have put the training link above. It's going to be live because I love being live with you guys. I love getting to interact with you. You can bring any questions whatsoever to that training. I absolutely love that. Really energizes me, if you haven't noticed. And so the training is on Melbourne time. I'm in Australia, Melbourne time. It's at 9 a.m. on Monday the 12th. So if you're in the States, depending where you are, it'll probably be in your Sunday afternoon. So I really hope you guys can join. I think Celine, if you're watching, I know I checked out, I know you're in Ireland, so I know it's going to be a bit late. I hope you're a bit of a night owl. I think it's between 9 or 10, maybe 10 p.m. Guys, let me know, definitely, if that's a value to you guys and you definitely want to join and you're finding that time doesn't quite suit, please, I want to be as accommodating as possible. I have lots of freedom of time, so I can sort of maneuver it. But I was going to postpone it for a few days, and I thought, no, I want to get this done ASAP. I want to get you guys into this, because we can waste so much time when we don't know why we're sabotaging our success. You know, what's going on for us? What's the missing link? Why can I not follow through? Why don't I have the energy? Why am I not inspired by this? You know, why can't I receive? Why when I get some success, I throw it away? All of those different questions are going to be answered for you, and that's why I'm so excited to share it with you. It's absolutely, I've been working on this for so long, and it really encapsulates everything that I've learned in my self-development, and it's a system and a structure that you guys, or a formula that you guys will absolutely be able to take in to the rest of your life whenever you are looking to achieve that next level of your potential. So I really, really hope that you guys are going to join me with that. The link is up above. You can register. And definitely, I know we've already got nearly 20 people, I think, registered, and I haven't even announced it yet until, you know, I'm giving a bit of an announcement right now. So I'm really excited about that, and I cannot wait to have you guys in there. So let me check in with you guys and see if you've got any questions or comments about today's topic or this special training that I've got going on for you guys. It is the 8-step formula to get what you want and enjoy the process. Probably should have let you know that, but I got a bit excited. So I've got Lucy and Frank and Stephen and Sam and Francis, awesome, and Prashant and Ismail and Carolina and Samir's here, and Tony and Jamie and Gerardo and Caden and Flavio and Judy and Mandy and Francis from Tampa, Florida. I love having you here, Francis. And awesome job on your first Facebook Live yesterday. You absolutely rocked it, and I loved it. And I can't, you know, not everybody can usually sustain my attention, but you certainly did. So thank you. And yes, Francis, 300 days. I don't even know. I'm actually in the process of uploading all my videos, but I started my first day one back on May 9th, I think, last year, and I haven't stopped, and even done a couple of double ups. So I love it. And Francis, you are so rocking it with even one. So you're my hero. Keep doing what you're doing. People are loving it. And Phil's here, and Caden, you superstar. Thanks for today's wordsmith title. I love it. And thank you for your compliment as well. And Raul, thank you. And Carlotta and Jolene and Francis, decisions made in fear are always the wrong ones. Abso-freaking-lutely. Spot on. That's why we need to decipher what's the voice of fear and what's the voice of love. And my greatest way of doing that is to always ask myself, what is the most self-loving thing that I could do in this situation? Because when you come from that place and you know what's the healthiest move forward for me from this place, then you're always going to be coming from the voice of love. And fear-driven stuff is always, you feel the difference of it. You can definitely feel empowered when you make a decision from love, and you feel really disempowered and you lose belief in yourself when you make a decision from fear. But, it's a journey that we're all on, and I think that we're always, evolving into a new level of being able to have that level of self-awareness as to what's driving our decisions. But bang on there, Francis, absolutely. And Anton's here, and okay, and Maddie and Alexandria, my spirit sister, I love it. And Anton, yes, I am a relationship coach. It's actually how I started in what I do with relationship coaching. But as time has emerged, what I really consider myself is a transformational coach. I look at all different areas of life, not just relationships, and predominantly in focusing on how to get you to be your most authentic self, to know who you are, what you want, and have the courage to go after it. That is absolutely the work that I do. Thank you for asking. And Sam, people-pleasing tendencies are so hidden into giving, accommodating, appreciating, supporting, caring, uplifting, and loving others. Absolutely. And it's not that we shouldn't do all of those things, to give, to be accommodating, to appreciate, to support, to be caring and uplifting and loving, but we need to know where it's coming from. Are we giving to get? Are we giving to fulfill, our self-worth, to prove that we're worthy? That's not coming from the right place. And it's why I always talk about, what are you spontaneously and authentically called to do? And that's always coming from love. That's not coming from fear. So absolutely, Sam, we need to be more mindful about why we do the things that we do, and definitely, because when we do those things and we're giving to get, we build resentments when people don't follow through on our expectations that are unspoken, because we're expecting people to be people pleasers like us and mind readers of us, and it never ever works out in the right way. So thanks for sharing, Sam. I know you've got a lot of experience there. And Caden, same here. Codependence is the trick, the trap, and the product society sells us unconsciously. Absolutely. And we don't really have that many good, role models out there. I don't know about you and the people in your life, but, they're few and far between that really depict an extraordinary quality of relationship. They're either not wanting to be anywhere near each other and live completely separate lives, or, and totally independent lives, or they're totally codependent and they can't do anything without the other person or hang out with anybody else without upsetting the other person. And so, they're both ends of the scale, which are both, fear is on either side. The both extremes of fear, and love is always central in equilibrium. And it's always about having your own independence and your life and everything that's extraordinary and what calls to you, and living in your highest values and being authentic. And when you can find somebody who absolutely enhances it, you don't need them, but they absolutely enhance it, and you want to create something that you couldn't create by yourself, with that other person, never at the expense of either of your truths though. So absolutely. And Anton, I've been single for 18 years. Do you have any tips to help me find my soulmate? Well, Anton, I love your question, and it's a funny topic. First, let's define soulmate. So my definition of soulmate is not necessarily what is depicted in society. So my definition of soulmate, and I think that we have many soulmates throughout our lives, is a person who challenges you to grow. So that doesn't always look like love, support, happiness, joy, all positive, no negative. It's not at all what it looks like. And I think that a lot of people get caught up in this fantasy that they're going to find this soulmate who's just all support and all positive, and it just makes life worth living and all this sort of stuff. But my definition of a soulmate is somebody who absolutely challenges you, and sometimes that doesn't look like, sometimes it looks kind of turbulent. And so I wouldn't necessarily seek a soulmate, but I would be open to an extraordinary quality of relationship. And what I would say to you there, Anton, if you've been single for 18 years, I'd ask yourself why, because I think it starts with self-awareness. What are the reasons why you have remained single for 18 years? And why would you like to have somebody come into your life? And I'm a big believer in getting clarity on who that person is. So you're not just after some relationship because you've been single and you want a relationship. Nobody wants to come into your life if all you're really after is a relationship. They want to feel like you want them as an individual in your life, not because you're desperate for a relationship, but because they're extraordinary and you can see how they can enhance your life and you can build something deep and connected. And so in order to do that, you have to get clear on who that person would be. What's the kind of relationship that you'd like to create? You have to envision it. You have to get clear on what that looks like, so that the next time an opportunity comes into your life, you have a great filter for this, and you can, share what you're looking to create with this person, so that you can, open yourself up to meeting somebody who's absolutely in alignment with that, not just for the sake of getting in a relationship, but actually focus on creating something extraordinary. I've been single in my life for the longest period I've ever been single in my entire life right now. And I think it's the most brilliant experience ever for my own personal development, for just, being able to focus on creating everything that I'm called to do in my mission. And I'm staying open, but it's not where I'm at right now, and I have real clarity over that. So I think we have to have that level of consciousness and clarity over who it is that we want, why we would want them. There's all sorts of different techniques that we can do to get that. Anton, if you'd like me to share some of those techniques with you and you can get into some action, make sure you book in one of my 15-minute power sessions, and I'd love to meet you and connect with you and give you some tools and guidance to go in to get that clarity that you seek. I'll put the link above for my calendar. I didn't put it up there today, but I got too excited about that announcement. But definitely I'll put it up there, and if you are interested, Anton, happy to have you select a time and I'll get to meet you. And Sam, can't wait for your training in a couple of days. Thank you for the invite. Absolutely, Sam. Can't wait to have you there and to share it with you. And Chris is here, and Luke, and and Susan. And Cody, yep, okay, and Sam. Keep clicking on something. That's very new to me. 7 principles of manifestation, just attraction I knew about. Oh my gosh, you are gonna eat this up. So many of us just know about the law of attraction. We don't know about the other 7 laws, and you need to have them in a certain sequence as well in order to be really successful. And when you know this formula, wow, anytime you're not attaining what you're looking to attain, you can go back and you can pinpoint, where's the limitation here? What's the work that I need to do here? It makes life simple and easy and not overcomplicated and not overwhelming. And you can finally get on with the job of living your life authentically and creating the fulfillment that you want on your terms. So absolutely, Sam. And Brian, as you've been saying, it's ultimately either a fear-based decision or a love-based decision. Can't wait for this training. Absolutely, Brian. And I can't wait to have you there. So guys, if you want to come to the training, make sure that you're clicking on that link above and registering. You'll get an email with the special link to come to that training. And Caden, I'm so ready for this. Let's start now. I love it. Don't test me. I probably would just jump straight into it, but I really want to make it super awesome for you guys. I know I love doing these Facebook Lives, but I want to put together a bit of a visual for you, bit of a presentation, so you can kind of get the concepts and see them and really own it. So I'm really looking forward to doing that for you. And Anton, you wish you were loved by someone. You know, so many people feel like they're not loved by the people in their lives because we're living in a fantasy of this one-sided vision as to what it's supposed to look like. And I challenge you, Anton, you know, to really look around in your life and challenge that belief that nobody loves you. You know, I don't know you, but I can absolutely hold much love for you, Anton, and I look forward to meeting you on one of those 15-minute power sessions so I can help and guide you with that. But, you know, anything that creates our suffering is absolutely mind-made. There's always another side, and you'll always, I challenge you to find all the people who actually do love you in your life and stop discounting their love because you want it from one particular person, some soulmate. You know, this is the kind of suffering that we create in our lives that blocks us from the love that we really desire because we're not even seeing it that's all surrounding us in that moment either. Much love to you there, Anton. And Anantha, happy Women's Day. Thank you. You're a marvelous woman and friend and guide. Oh, keep smiling and keep us inspired. Thank you, Anantha. Keep showing up and I will just keep going as much as you guys will allow me. I so appreciate that. And see, Caden's given some love to Anton as well. I love it. That's so beautiful. And Anantha, I like to be in the training. Awesome, Anantha. I can't wait to have you there. So make sure you're clicking that link and registering. It's above the video. And I'm loving the love going on in here. It's beautiful. And Salem's here and Bradley. Decisions are based on fate. That's an interesting topic. What else have you said here? How can I fathom your remarkable presence? Are you an angel of God? Oh, you're very, very kind. Yeah, definitely very, very kind there, Bradley. I'm not sure about your comment about decisions are based on fate, but I'm going to think about that one. Thanks for sharing. And Salem's here, and Shawi, love is love, absolutely. And Suraj, I'm doing really well. Hope you are as well. Oh, thank you, Anton. And Caden, Anton, oh, you're so beautiful. No need to feel unloved and alone. We've got to keep one another encouraged. I spent 80% of last year depressed and feeling completely alone. So I'm here as a friend for as long as you need one. Caden, you are such a beautiful human being. That's so beautiful of you. I know you're authentic. I know you're such a loving, heart-centered person. And so much love for you, Caden, and much love to you there, Anton. I love when you guys are connecting. It's awesome. And Mohammed's here, and Pedro, and Sunsire, and Caden. Yes, indeed, Vanessa, self-love has been what I personally neglected because I had a skewed understanding and painted it as an unbalanced selfishness. I say this all the time, but you pointing out authenticity has been the absolute key in understanding personal balance. You're the absolute bestness. Thank you, Caden. And absolutely, I know every time you share part of your experience, Caden, I totally resonate with it. And I think it's part of the human experience, you know, and absolutely, authenticity is always key to ending our suffering and gaining our empowerment. So absolutely, and I always appreciate you sharing your words here. And Brian, Melody Beattie's book, The Language of Letting Go, has really helped me with people-pleasing issues. That is so awesome. Thanks for the share. I haven't read that one, Brian, but I'm sure anybody in here who is struggling with people-pleasing, jump on Brian's advice there. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing, Brian. And Jeannie's here. Awesome. Laurie, on a side note, what a beautiful look you're rocking today. Nice to see green in the from the land of snow. Oh, thank you, Laurie from Canada. I love it. Such a beautiful part of the world. And yeah, really appreciate your compliment. Thank you so much. And particularly on Women's Day. It's lovely to see women giving other women love. I appreciate that. And Elliot and Andre and Laurie, sometimes the way we love isn't the same as how others do. Expecting someone to love you back the way you do is an immense pressure to put on someone. Recognizing how they love is validating. Absolutely. You are so spot on there, Laurie. I was only just talking with a friend yesterday about the five love languages. When I read that book by Gary Chapman, probably 5 years ago now, it was so revolutionary in my concept around how, what my love languages are, and ultimately we end up giving love in the way that we receive it, So if you are somebody who maybe you're in a partnership and your top love language is physical touch, you're expressing your love by touching your partner, hugging your partner, being in proximity with your partner. And what if their top love language is words of affirmation, and you're never telling them any words of affirmation? You're just cuddling them all the time, and you think that you're being the most loving individual ever, and they're not wanting to really touch you or come near you really that much, but they're always giving you words of affirmation and compliments, but that's not the way that you receive love. So two beautiful human beings who are just trying to express love for one another are feeling totally unloved because they express love, like you're saying, Laurie, in different ways. And when we get this, remember, the foundation to everything extraordinary is self-awareness. You've got to start with it. And so that's a phenomenal book to understand yourself better and to be able to understand others that you want to shower love on, understand them better so that you can give to them in the way that they actually receive love, and you don't end up in that unhealthy dynamic of thinking that you're giving love and they can't receive it, and vice versa, and you end up killing the relationship dynamic. So absolutely awesome point there, Laurie. I appreciate you sharing it. And hello to you, Jeannie. Always love seeing you. And Ram's here. Awesome. So anybody who's just catching up right now, Caden, I would love for you to speak on the love languages. Oh, why don't I? Should I do it now, or maybe I should do it? I don't know how long I've been on here for. But I might do it in I'll do it in another Facebook Live. I'll talk into that for you guys. Thanks for the topic and the suggestion there, Caden. I so appreciate that. And guys, anybody who's just joining me now, make sure that you definitely join me for this free training in a couple of days' time. The link is up above. If you're in Australia, it'll be Monday morning. If you're in the States or pretty much anywhere else in the world, it'll be your afternoon or evening on Sunday this week. And I can't wait to see you guys in there. So definitely come and join me there by clicking the link above and definitely putting in your details so you reserve your seat. And as always, guys, I am sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I absolutely hope it's amazing and beautiful and empowering. And for Women's Day, you're going to go and love on the women in your life. International Women's Day, apparently, from Facebook, and beautiful Anantha. So thank you so much for sharing that and for being here with me today, guys. I so appreciate you, and I'm sending you all of my love, and I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow.